So welcome now to newspaper review segment. And whom do we have to really help us do that? We have Comrade Chuka Ozezie. Comrade, we want to say good morning and welcome.
Good morning to our viewers and welcome to the program.
You look so handsome or beautiful. Which one?
I guess he's handsome.
You prefer handsome?
Of course, that is what he should be.
Okay, welcome. Welcome on board. Okay, what do we have first? Let's visit our ABS website.
Anambra government initiates moves to use mobile applications to tackle fake drug challenges. Flood, Anambra residents cautioned against abuse of environment. Anambra government directs immediate installation of electricity transformers by benefiting communities. Federal government cautioned against abuse of national security apparatus to advance partisan interest. Security, ANSG continues dismantling of shanties in Onitsha, assures displaced occupants of support. Aswama intensifies campaign against indiscriminate dumping of refuse in Oka.
So large of headlines.
Yes.
You come from the bottom or the top?
I think I come from the top. I will take it from the
top.
top.
Anambra government initiate moves to use mobile applications to tackle fake drugs.
I think that's a good one coming from our dynamic governor, because these days it takes a proactive approach in, tackling such problems as fake drugs. Because if you continue with the normal analog approach by using physical means, human beings, it might take a lot of logistics. But using mobile apps, you find out that residents of Anambra State can easily use the app to report incidences. And I know, of course, you've got some means of checking out whether the drugs are authentic. Already, I think NAFDAC have already initiated a module for that. Yeah. So Anambra State keen in, and I guess other states will soon follow suit.
The interesting part of this is that it sponsored some youths who go overseas and then get trained
yes.
how to use
of course, that's also creating jobs.
Yes.
Making the society safer, improving the healthcare delivery for the teeming population of Anambra State. So I think it's a good one. And I think the population is getting more technologically aware. Right. So it's a good one coming from the state government.
All right, so let's move over to Anambra residents cautioned against abuse of environment. That's talking about flooding.
Okay, this problem has been with us for quite a long time. I know a lot of factors are contributed to that. People building on drainage ways, indiscriminate dumping of refuse in gutter and other waterways, and other, indiscriminate behavior by the populace. So I think the government definitely facing this head on, especially as we are at the peak of rainy season, is a good one. But I also think that taking a proactive approach to it by doing certain things, sensitizing the populace more, and clearing the gutter-ways before the onset of rainy season will be.
I think
you added
that was done now by the Aswama.
Campaign.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that's why it should come together, not having it beat, in tranches. Having all of it together will help save the day. Because if you see the wave of climatic changes and hazard going all over the world, is still, is an aggregation of neglect over time.
Another one we look at, the Anambra State continues dismantling of shanties in Onitsha, assures displaced occupants of support. There are a lot of shanties in various places breeding a kind of miscreants here and there. So
yes, I think the good thing about this very thing now is that the state government is making a provision for the displaced occupants. Because I think the issue, nobody will like to use a shanty when you have a better habitation. So the government...
but sometimes some people have shops inside the market, but they decide to come out to build a shanty.
Why do people patronize them? If you have business districts, nice shopping environment where you can it's affordable for the, the business people, it's convenient for the patrons, then why should people patronize the shanties? Of course, you know that these are places where you get things like prostitution, drug peddling, and so many other things, armed robbery, and so on and so on. So, and also, of course, it adds to the aesthetics of the environment.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good one. Already, I know it's been going on in Oka and other cities that going intensively on it. In fact, if you go to, you should be witness the traffic, the environment has been improved and so on. So I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a very good one.
Okay, in case you join us, the number is on your screen. You can make contributions or ask questions based on what we are discussing here. Remember, it's newspaper headlines. Next is Daily Sun newspaper. What do we have there? The banner headline says, Saraki Dogara, INEC to reach compromise. With the writer there, meet on 2019 elections budget, projects vermin, non-assent to Amendment Electoral Act, Osibanjo, Senate Majority Leader Pali. Up there we have a Southeast lawmaker Spitfire over Ekweremadu. Around there, Obasanjo to blame for Nigeria's leadership woes. Akpabio to join APC, says Buhari's aide. And then we have 116 Nigerians in Libya slave camps. Federal government is talking. Which one do you start with? The banner headline, Saraki Dogara INEC reach compromise.
Of course, I know it's a catchy one, and I know that almost every reader will want to jump to that to know the compromise. Nobody likes that word when it comes to taking real decisions where you have a partisan, although it's a good one. What we know is that the compromise should be one that should harmonize the country, move us forward politically and democratically, because already the nation is troubled by the tension between the leadership, national leadership of the executive and the legislature. And I think also, the Senate is talking about calling back the executive for an executive session. So I think maybe that is the outcome of the session anyway. So maybe
the election budget is still
is in hiatus, so to say. And without the budget, I think the election is in a big dilemma. So I think,
because people are saying it's big, some people are saying that is.
Of course, you see,
400.
if you look at the amount, 400 something billion, if you divide by population, like most people will just say,
why not share it and share the money? Don't share 1 million to everybody and forget the election.
How economics works. It doesn't work that way, really. So, I think they should do something, because we cannot afford to create a lacuna when it comes to democratic transition. It's knocking on the door of anarchy. So I guess the compromise is tending towards that. So let them.
On the other side, it says in the news that Akpabio joined APC. To join APC, Buhari is saying that. Do you see it coming?
Of course. If you have been following what has been going on in the national politics, we know, or we've seen, we've heard, we've read that Akpabio has been moving maybe the threat with AEFCC, and he's been trying to cover his.
Did I hear you mention EFCC?
Yes.
Are you saying he's joining? Because
I don't know. It's what we see on the until it's clarified. We don't know. I don't know whether it's on that.
Okay, you're just suggesting.
But we know what
one of the reasons.
Who say so? Because of course we know what happens in the politics. People always migrate from one party to the other for one reason or the other. But most times we know it might not be for the best interest of the populace. So whether he's there or there has been a governor for how many? For 10 or 8 years now at the National Assembly for.
Okay.
Okay,
let's go to the next paper, Daily Times.
Daily Times. All right. The banner headline there.
Daily Times.
All right, Saraki bows to pressure, meets National Assembly principal officers today to meet INEC chairman over 2019 polls request. FG may shut down if National Assembly fails to reconvene. That's presidency. Okay, up there we have supplementary budget. That's a national issue. Egyptian Petroleum Corporation gets $200 million. Afrexim Bank facility. We will hold Ndume responsible if harm befalls Ekweremadu, that's Southeast Reps. PDP, we are not aware of Senator Babia's defection, faults his London trip. Air Peace begins Kaduna service August, and Lagos CJ probes bribery allegation against magistrates.
Saraki bows to pressure, and then FG saying they will shut down National Assembly if they fail to reconvene. How do you look at that?
Let me just believe it's one of the strategies to sell papers. This is a democracy, and these two arms are, autonomous. The executive cannot threaten the legislature, neither can the legislature threaten the executive. We have a constitution. It's a constitutional government. So we are not in a dictatorship. So I believe it's just applying pressure because they are holding them to the jugular. They need the budget passed. Like I said earlier, they've reconvened for an executive session. And I believe the sole purpose or agenda is, agendum is the budget for the election.
Okay, and not that.
The wave of defection definitely is going on, and it will continue to go on. People are trying to realign to strengthen their position. If you don't, create an avenue to, exert your irrelevance, then you can be relegated to the background in politics. So people must take decisions that will keep them relevant politically. So it's not an issue. Nobody has raised the issue of improving the lot of the populace.
Okay.
Okay, let's see the one Ndume saying that, the rep saying that they will hold Ndume responsible if anything, any harm befalls Ekweremadu.
If you have been watching what is going on in national politics, you will still know it is still the same strategy, applying pressure to people in the opposition, people within the party that maybe are exerting wider influence than they believe they should exert. So they must, almost every politician must have some sort of skeleton in his or her cupboard. So it's just a way of keeping them in line with their own better or personal, ends. So whatever happens, it is good for Nigeria. It is good that we see such things in Nigeria. It will help our...
Are you saying it's good for Nigeria?
It is good.
What makes it good?
Good. Yes, if that is opposition working for you. If the pressure is not exerted, it will not keep them on their toes, they rest on their ass and do whatever and get away with whatever they want. So it's good.
Okay. The number is still on your screen. You can call and then make contributions. Up next is the Punch newspaper. And the Punch newspaper, the banner headline says, Saraki, other National Assembly leaders hold emergency meeting today. Well, we've taken that. Presidency fear shutdown or this immediate resumption. Southeast senators blame Ndume for Ekweremadu's travel. Okay, we've taken that. Down there, we have thousands evacuated after dozens die on Indonesian island. Down there, Tanzania appoints Amunike as national team coach. Up there, we have women fakes own kidnap, demands 15 million ransom from husband. Obasanjo-led Foundation for Bad Leadership in Nigeria. Can't you take that with a lighter mood? How can a woman...
What about Osibanjo money 9 drowned Taraba corps members up there?
Osibanjo, yes.
Yes.
Led Foundation for what?
Money 9 drowned Taraba corps members.
Okay. That's a mishap. I think it's a boat mishap or something. It's a sad one. Anytime we lose young Nigerians to mishaps, especially when on national assignments, it always calls for, great introspection on how we should improve the lot or place premium on lives of citizens, because these people ordinarily are not interested or may not be interested in going or finding, having themselves where they saw themselves. So I think the society is a reflection of what is happening in the country generally. There's little premium on life, and after this incident, you'll find out there are no proactive. Maybe some hinterlands will still be accessed through boats and other. But what about safety? We have means of safeguarding such mishaps.
Yes.
No rapid response. Probably the incident, people are aware of the incident, but no response, and then you lose life. So you lose people on the road. We lose people in other other ways, and it's always sad. So it's a sad one. It touches everybody.
A sad one.
Yeah.
And down there, we saw the.
Is it the lady that kidnapped
herself and the man?
Okay, this is woman napped.
Woman napped. Okay, what's kidnapped?
The lady woman napped herself for ransom. Maybe is a sad story.
And funny.
Funny.
Do you attribute that to bad administration?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I think it is, because if the husband had been taking care of the wife, he wouldn't have thought of doing such
Who
thing.
knows?
Maybe it's the other way around.
The other way around, the
Yes.
wife is not. Which other way around?
Maybe
If the husband and
she's
wife-
a greedy woman.
if-
she just wanted the money.
If that,
Because the man had been,
No.
the
If
man
hus-
refused to be given the money.
then they are not husband and wife. If they are husband and wife, the man's wealth is the woman's wealth. The woman's wealth is the man's wealth. So the issue is a mutual fund.
Okay.
So why?
Obasanjo laid foundation for bad leadership in Nigeria. Osoba is saying that. Can we attribute the badness of the economy to Obasanjo's administration?
Until we look into and see the full details of the accusation, because it is one-sided now. We don't know the premise for that allegation. He is only alleging. I think he's trying to discredit Obasanjo so that because we know that anytime, like, it's popular now, once Obasanjo writes you a letter, already we know he's written the president. So people know maybe what will likely ensue as the the election schedule comes closer. So I think he's trying to whittle down his influence by saying that, or blaming him for what we are seeing. Of course, we know that Nigeria did not start getting bad. From that
Okay, let's go to another paper, the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper, we have
the banner headline says, Akpabio Tinubu meet as PDP threatens action. Presidency, no terms attached. Constituents vow to reclaim seat. All right, there we still have how 9 NYSC members died in Taraba. NBA ESCO pools now. Okay, August 19 says, President, National Assembly leaders meet ahead lawmakers. Recall, Senate leader briefs Oshibajo. And U.S. investors, eBay to revive Niger SIM. TFF challenge Nigeria open, and China orders in. Okay, U.S.-China trade wars push up oil prices. Dignitaries celebrate Ray EU at 70.
Okay,
so talking about...
let's just take one there from which one?
banner headline.
It's banner headline, of course. I think maybe by tomorrow you will also see a headline that Tinubu meets Uzeze Chukwu Kadibia. Definitely, we are in the period of consolidation, meeting people. So you don't blame me if you are declared to. Of course, from the indicators, he has chosen to align with APC to improve his political lot. Of course, maybe we don't know. People might be blaming this on EFCC or this or that. Maybe he is not getting popular again, grassroots-wise. So he wants to take it from the top. Maybe that is the issue. Nobody knows. So that's why he's been. Maybe why? So we don't know. We get to know after reading the details, and then of course when further developments.
Okay, okay. Let's run now. Let's run. Sorry, let's run for the want of time. Nigeria tip. Okay, we have a caller here. Please, if you are calling us, tune down the volume of your TV set so that we can have a clearer reception. The Tribune is what we have next. The Tribune, the banner headline, we've tackled that. FG raises fear of government shutdown. But on the right-hand side there, we see INEC discovers 19 illegal polling units in Akwa Ibom. On the other side, we say 2019, opposition using fake news to demarket Buhari. Can we talk on these two?
Yeah. One is the INEC discovering fake polling units. This should not be a news. as far as I'm concerned.
It's not the news.
It's not a news.
Okay, let's see who
they
is
shouldn't
here.
tell us. Okay.
Hello? Hello? Okay, go ahead.
It shouldn't be news. It shouldn't be news. They should do their in-house cleaning and help us prepare for a very sound election for the country.
Okay, now what about using fake news to discredit or to demarket Buhari? People are saying,
I think also it is part of the.
It's Lai Mohammed that said it. Lai Mohammed.
Of course, coming from the Minister of Information. I think he's informed, but then always we know that even when APC was in opposition.
All right, let's know who is calling us.
Hello, good morning. Okay.
So even when APC was the opposition, we also get information from them. It's not just the news, the facts after the news should also come to bear. That's, people should be careful about what you see, what you hear over the news, or what you see over the news. Let them present the facts and allow you to take judgment. That's the key issue. So we want the news. Leave it to us and to fact to decide.
Okay.
So give us the news, give us the facts, then allow us to decide. And we have agencies to, check that out.
Okay, finally, let's move on to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper will tackle the other one who prizes as 2019 polls budget. National Assembly leaders meet today. But down there we have something. This quiet in Akwa Ibom over Akpabio's planned defection to APC with the rider. Deputy Governor debunks rumor of resignation. Desertion by politicians can kill democracy.
Desertion.
I think Akwa Ibom is a state to watch towards this upcoming 2019 election. Because you can see the way things are going. Emmanuel Udwa is trying to, improve, consolidate, having lost the support or the influence of his predecessor. And of course, I read somewhere also that the House, State House of Assembly is strongly behind him. Now the Deputy Governor has defected. Probably he's the senator.
Deputy Governor debunks the rumor of his resignation.
No, I said has defected.
Okay.
Now it's about, because the issue has been, if you defect, you should resign. But I also raised the issue. I know Oshimole rode on the back of Labour Party to governorship of Edo State, yet he defected to APC, didn't resign. Yes. So we have instances, so they shouldn't raise it now.
A lawmaker.
Or the lawmaker have been doing cross-carpeting for a long time.
Yes,
Tambuwa did that, he didn't defect, and so on and so forth. So they won't come around now and expect us to believe that. If they want, let them make it part of the constitution.
Okay, we must thank you very much, Comrade Chuka Uzeze, for coming on board to discuss.
All right, it's a pleasure having you right here. Good morning, Anambra.
Okay.
Yeah.
The details of what you discussed are found in the dailies here discussed, so you can pick up one.